Since the feedback on the last video was so positive, I'm going to do another no taker or one taker, no editor. What? See, this is why I do edits. Why wouldn't you just do one takes all the time, Steve? This is why. I'm not smart enough to do this. No, anyway, so the Leafs lost 4-2 to the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa. So do we feel good about that? Do we feel? Also, I have time to get props. See, we feel good about that because they lost in the tank. But here's the thing. Here's the problem. I also do this sitting on a bouncy ball. The Leafs. It's one thing to tank. Tanking's good. You might get a good draft pick. Hooray. The problem is if you stink while you tank. Now listen, you can lose and not stink. Remember, the Leafs were losing a lot of one-goal games recently. This was a 2-goal game, so I suppose they weren't totally hopeless, but wow! Wow! Could you tell the difference between the Leafs and the Lightning? The positioning on some of the goals. It was hilarious. Dude, we made fun of the Stefan Robida-Corbinian Holzer pairing. James Myrtle called it the Robidolzer. Dude, Robida Brewer is shocking. Shocking. And I know Brewer's not going to be around for a long time, but holy mackerel, play like you're going to get offered a contract next year for $800,000 or something. Holy minimum. Try to get back in the league. Brewer was concerning me for a few reasons. One, look in the underbar. The MapleLeafs.com Game in 6 Minutes highlight pack. The Robida Brewer pairing was on the ice for almost every scoring chance against in the video. And Brewer, just such negative body language in the whole thing. And this guy's, what, in his mid to late 30s? Supposed to be setting an example. I don't really know how that helps on the ice. I would expect to see that out of a younger guy, not him. I hope he'd be a little better. Someone who doesn't take enough guff, or you know what, he took it earlier this season, but boy did he just have a terrible game against Tampa. Jake Gardiner. You know, I really think he made strides. He has made strides recently, since Randy Carlyle got fired even. You know, he was doing that stupid waving at the stick thing, and then he cut all that out, started playing a little more solid. He looked hopeless in his own end in this one. And it really, I think too many people suggest, okay, this offensive defenseman is really good at offense and not so good at defense. Let's put him on forward. I think that almost never works. But sometimes I watch what Gardiner does, and I'm like, yeah, all right, give it a shot. One of the goals, Trevor Smith was just like, you go ahead and do your thing, Jake, I got you. Because I don't know what Jake was doing, man. It's not even that he's casual in his own end. He just seems clueless. And it doesn't help that it's one thing if you're a big guy, you know, maybe Roman Polak misses an assignment, can rush back and shove the guy out of the way. Jake Gardiner, I love all his skill. He's so soft. He's so soft. One of the softest guys on the team. I don't really know how you work on that because I'm not totally sure that's a strength thing. Jake Gardiner's strong. He must be. He's in the NHL, right? But it's, like, for example, is Jake Gardiner, how much stronger is Brendan Gallagher than Jake Gardiner? I mean, Brendan Gallagher is strong, but could it be that much? Could it be that much? It's a will. It's a get the frig out of my crease. Basically, all I want to do is I want to see improvements, okay? I want Eric Brewer to give some NHL team a reason to bring him back. I want to give Jake Gardiner a reason for the Leafs to keep him and for the Leafs to make him part of the future and a big part of the future. I want David Booth to prove why teams were wrong for not trading for him, and I want him to prove why the Leafs should sign him next year, and I think he's done a good job of that over the past, few weeks or whatever. Peter Holland, here's a guy, it's entirely possible that next year Nazem Kadri is the number 1 center after Tyler Bozak gets traded, and Peter Holland is number 2, I suppose. Who goes into that number 2 slot? Maybe Nylander or, I guess McDavid. I guess, right? That's got to happen. The point is, I want the team to lose. I'm sorry, I just do. But look good while you lose. There is such thing. I know it sounds weird, but believe it or not, there is such thing, and the Leafs didn't look great in this loss. Kucherov, damn good player. Wish the Leafs had him. Anyway, I wrote an article on sportsnet.ca. You should check it out, because I noticed something yesterday. Lawson Krause, he's a projected top 10 pick for this upcoming NHL entry draft, and he posted a picture of him as a kid in a Leaf jersey. Oh my goodness, but that reminded me of the time that Connor McDavid said it would be a dream come true to be a Leaf. So I tweeted that, and then someone went, hey, did you read this about Mitch Marner, another projected top 10 pick? Hey, did you see this about Dylan Strome? And I realized, oh, a bunch of the top 10 picks are Leaf fans. So check that out underneath. Maybe the next video will be an edited one. Was this one as strong as the last one? Probably not. I don't know. There wasn't anything profound I needed to say in this one other than try harder. Trying harder is always good. The media should also do that. I'll try that next time. Right. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so!